Welcome to 52 Tips for Balanced Life, where each week I'm going to give you one simple, practical tip how you can create harmony and balance in your life. My name is Vered Netta and I'm the creator of Balanced Businesswoman and the co-founder of Open Circles Academy. Today, I want to give you a very simple and powerful communication tool that could help you in your relationship in order to create harmony and cooperation. No matter how good the relationship is, whether it's with your partner or your child or co-workers or customers, there comes a time when we disagree on things, when we don't see things from the same point of view. Now, in many cases, what happens when we disagree on things, we become very opinionated and very strong to prove that our point of view is the right point of view. I mean, I don't know about you, but I know that when I disagree with Nisande, which is my partner, and those of you that do know him know that we don't always agree. Actually, some people say that most of the time we disagree. What happens is that each one of us wants to prove that his or her opinion is the right opinion. And we get locked in our point of view of things. And when we're trying to convince the other that we're right and they're wrong, we stop listening. What happens is that no matter how that discussion or argument ends up, one of the people in that relationship is feeling hurt, and the other, although it seems that they won the argument, doesn't feel that great about themselves. Do you know what I'm talking about? Now, being a very opinionated person, and in many cases trying to prove myself right in a lot of disagreements and fights, I've lost a lot of relationships in my life. And what I found as an amazing communication tool is the following tool that I want to teach you, which is called counsel. It's a communication tool that creates a space where there is a place for each one of the parties to be heard, to be listened, and to feel safe to express their opinions. Because as you know, when we get into those fights, when we get into those conflicts, whether it's with a customer, whether it's with a co-worker, whether it's with a supplier, or whether it's with your partner or with your kids, we actually stop listening to the other person. And then either one of the parties become very strong in talking and talking and talking, while the other one is withdrawing backwards and shutting up. The communication tool, which is called counsel, allows to open the space, create a safe and confident space where each person has the time to share their opinions and to know that the other person is really listening. The way we do it is very simple. We choose a physical object which symbolizes the talking part of the conversation. It could be anything. It could be a mobile phone or a pen, or even if it happens during dinner or lunch, you can even use just a spoon. The point is that you choose something, a physical object, which would symbolize the talking part of the conversation. And as long as that person is holding that talking piece, that's their time to speak. Nobody else is allowed to interfere or to cut them in what they're saying. Which means that if I'm holding the talking piece, this is my time to share and express what it is that I think, what it is that I feel, what is the underlying of things in what is taking place. And the idea is that when you talk, when you express yourself, you talk from your heart. The other person, their job is just to listen. That's all they need to do. That's what they're supposed to do. They just listen. And when you listen, you also listen from your heart. You listen without trying to, think of your next answer or where are they wrong. You just want to listen to what the other person is saying. Now, once I finished expressing everything that I have to say, I just put that talking piece in the middle, and then it's the time for the other person to say what their experience is, what their opinions are, what is it that they feel. What we found out, the best thing is that it creates an understanding between us that everything is allowed to be said. Now, when it's your time to talk, you don't want to react to what the other person is saying. You want to talk from the present moment, what it is that you feel, what it is that you experience. I've been doing it for years with Miss Sunday, and I think that being both of us very opinionated and strong people, if there was one communication tool that actually made our relationship successful, it's this tool of communication, this way of communicating. Same thing with our daughter, same thing with my employees and with my co-workers. This is the best tool that I know that allows disagreement to become a place of cooperation and togetherness instead of taking it into a fight and a conflict. So, in the next week, I highly suggest that you will create for yourself some kind of a setting where you will just practice it. You don't need to have a fight or a disagreement in order to use it. It's a wonderful way of just having a conversation in a different way. I highly recommend that you try it. And in the comment box below under this video, I would love to hear what was your experience. How did it feel when you actually knew that somebody there is really listening to you? How did it feel for you when you were allowed to really express from your heart? So until next time, have a magical week.